So, perhaps you've heard of this fancy tabletop game called Dungeons & Dragons and you're wondering, what is this game even about? Well, fear not. On today's episode of Nat 1, we give a brief history and the basic components needed to get your very first game of D&D 5e started. Hello everyone, I'm KrowOfMurderXV. Now, Dungeons & Dragons dates back all the way to 1974, created by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. Their vision was to make the miniature wargaming strategy genre that was popular at the time and flip it on its head by letting players create their own individual characters, rather than controlling an entire battalion. But enough about the history, you're here to learn how to play. There's going to be quite a few things you're going to need to get a game started. First off, you're going to need some friends.
I just want to play some D&D.
You'll need roughly 4 to 5 people to get a session going. One of these brave souls is going to be the Dungeon Master, or DM for short. The DM is your sort of referee and storyteller for your adventure. They'll determine when to roll your dice, control the monsters and other characters that the players will interact with, known as non-player characters or NPCs, and a lot of other responsibilities. Seriously guys, DMing is a lot more time consuming than you think, and I've just started learning how to do this. Some other things you're going to need are a character sheet, which looks like this, a set of 7 different shaped dice, and while it's not required, a miniature to represent your character is always good to have on hand, along with a notepad and writing utensil to jot down notes. And last but not least, you'll need this, the Player's Handbook. This whopping 320-page book will give you all the ins and outs of what you need to know about the game. Now, don't worry, you're not required to memorize this behemoth of a book. However, the DM will need a few more components which we'll go over in a later video. And don't worry, we'll be going over all the components players need in other videos as well. That does it for today's episode, so tune in next time as we take a look at the different dice you'll be using. See you next time!